Hey there, how are you? Hello, students, how are you doing? Okay, glad to be back here. I gave you a lot of time to practice. There was part A, and I see a lot of people a lot of you out there took advantage of that and practice. Okay, so we're going to continue on with part B. And since you had all that lovely practice, um, I would like to believe that part B is going to be a little bit more easier for you, right? So we're going to continue with inferences, okay? Okay, and that is all about reaching a conclusion, right? About the evidence that is presented in the material, right? Whether it's the sentence, the paragraph, whatever. Am I correct there? All right, so let's get started here. Okay. Okay. Just had to step away to get the proper material here. Okay. Sam's friends arrive with surfboards on the top of their van. Okay. Let's take a look at that. Sam's friends arrive with surfboards on the top of their van. Okay. So what are we going to conclude here from the evidence? That will be the inference. Okay. So what would you say? Sam's friends arrive with surfboards on the top of their van. What do you think is going on here then? Well, if you said that they're going surfing, well, then there you go, right? Sam's friends are going surfing, right? That's what you're going to get from that. Okay. Next sentence. The woman calls the plumber. Okay? The woman calls the plumber. Now, why did she do that? That's what you got to think. Okay? So, why did she do that? Think about it. The woman calls the plumber. What could be a reason? So you come into that conclusion, that will be your inference. Okay, so if you said that she found the leaky pipe, there you go. She called the plumber for that. Okay, so you're getting the idea now? We're getting a refresher here because you had a very long time with part A. Okay, we put our seat belts on and made them click. We put our seat belts on and made them click. So what do you think? What would be your conclusion? They put on the seat belts, right? So what do you think is going on here? I'm listening. Got any ideas? Well, if you said you're going out in the car, right? We are going out in the car. If you're going out somewhere in the car, you have to put your seatbelt on. So that is the evidence. The evidence is that you guys put on the seatbelt, which means, right, that you are going out in the car. Great vocabulary in here. Take a look at all those words for new learners for the English language, right? We put our seatbelts on and made them click. Nice. Great addition to your vocabulary, right? All right, let's continue. I was up too late last night. I was up too late last night. And what could be a conclusion to that? Like, what is all this about? Hmm? Well, if you said, I am tired today, makes sense in the inference, right? Because if you're so tired in the nighttime, you could imagine if you were up late last night, really late, then of course in the morning you're going to be tired. Does that make sense? That's inference. Okay. Mhm. Out the window, I could see clouds below us. Out the window, I could see clouds below us. Okay, so that looks like a picture in a plane, right? The plane window, right? So, what could be this inference here? Evidence of what? I am flying on a plane, right? We grab our orange ball and head to the court with our friends. We grab our orange ball and head to the court with our friends. So what do you think that means? Think about that. Give you a few minutes to play around with that. So you have this ball in your hand, right? What kind of ball is that? You recognize what kind of a game you're playing with that ball? See, it's kind of like detective work, right? So now what would you say? What's the inference here? We are going to play basketball, right? There's the ball. You see the orange ball? We are going to play basketball. Okay. Okay, next. James was sad. He wanted to buy the car, but he had not been paid yet. Okay. So James was sad. He wanted to buy the car, but he had not been paid yet. So what do you think that means? Well, he didn't get paid, right? And he wanted to buy a car. So what could be the conclusion? He obviously could not afford to buy the car, because if he didn't get paid yet, right, and he wants to buy the car, he obviously could not afford to buy the car that he wanted. Am I correct? That's inference. Okay? Mm-hmm. Jill put her jacket and scarf on before going outside. Jill put her jacket and scarf on before going outside. So what would you think the conclusion is here? What's the inference? Has to be what? It's cold outside, right? If it's cold outside, I think that you're going to be putting on your jacket, your hat, your gloves, your scarf, everything, right? That's your inference. It's cold outside, right? The students take their seats. They feel nervous. The students take their seats. They feel nervous. What do you think this means? What's the inference here? What's going on? Hmm? Well, if you answered the students are are sitting and taking a test, right? They're taking a test. Okay, so Gary had to catch a taxi to work today. He usually takes his car. Gary had to catch a taxi to work today. He usually takes his car. What do you think could have happened to Gary? What would be the inference here? Gary's car is not working. So if his car isn't working, it makes sense that he had to call a cab, right? He had to call a taxi to get to work. That's the inference. The car not working. Jim could now see the lions from far away. Jim could now see the lions from far away. What could be the inference? How could he see them from far away? What do you think is going on here? Well, it could be that Jim was looking through his binoculars, right? He had special goggles to see that, right? Makes sense, right? Jim was looking through his binoculars. Okay, I am putting my books and pencil case in my bag. I am putting my books and pencil case in my bag. Looks like he just got out of bed and he's doing all those little things there. So what do you think could be the inference? I'm getting ready to go to school, right? He's got to be getting ready to go to school, right? If he's putting his books and his pencil case, all this stuff is after he got up and he's fixing his little book bag there. He obviously, the inference in this case is he's getting ready to go to school. Yes? Okay, I hope you guys have been taking note of all the vocabulary around what we're talking about. Okay? Okay. Steve hit the ball over the net towards me. Now I hit it back. Steve hit the ball over the net towards me. Now I hit it back. What do you think the inference is here? What's going on in this story? Could be what? They're playing tennis, right? Steve and I are playing tennis. That's the inference. Okay. Choo choo, Tom said as he pulled the toy along. Choo choo, choo choo, right? Tom said as he pulled the toy along. What do you think is going on here in this story? What could be the inference? Well, if you said Tom is playing with a toy train, you got it right, right? The choo-choo sound makes the sound of a train, so the inference here is he's playing with his toy train. Excellent, guys, excellent. I played a musical instrument that has black and white keys. Wonder what that could be. Think. I play an instrument that has black and white keys. What is the inference here? This is the evidence. What's the conclusion? Inference, conclusion. What is this? If you said piano, you're right. I play a piano. Yeah? Okay. Very good. Next, we look after our plants so that we will have plenty of food. We look after our plants so that we will have plenty of food. What do you think that is? Well, if you're saying that you grow in your own vegetables, you're right. We grow our own vegetables. Very simple. If you're paying attention, we cooked the mince and pasta, then grated cheese to sprinkle on top. We cooked the mince and pasta, then grated the cheese to sprinkle on top. So, what's the inference here? What's the conclusion? What is, you got the evidence, what's the conclusion? What is this about? Ah, we cook spaghetti bolognese. And that is really like this meat sauce. That's a meat sauce, the spaghetti. The bolognese part is the, the meat sauce on top of the spaghetti. Yeah? Okay. Tom drives a big red truck for his job. Tom drives a big red truck for his job. Okay, so what could be the inference here? Well, if you said Tom is a fireman, you're right. It's definitely driving a big red truck. There's your conclusion, right? Okay, you did good there. I'm very proud of you guys. You did a great job. Thumbs up for you guys. Okay, so this will be another video for you guys to practice. Okay, give you some time with this. Okay, and then we'll work on the next part. Okay, so don't forget to practice with your friends and family. And you know, you have a lot of great vocabulary in here, right? And the more and more you see it and practice and talk about it, you're going to remember all this, and your vocabulary is going to get bigger and bigger, and you're going to talk more and read more, be able to write better. Yeah? Okay? Okay, so don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe so that you continue to get the notifications for the new videos. Okay? And it's my pleasure to help you guys. Okay, but you have to remember, practice makes perfect. Okay? All right then. See you in the next video. Have a good day.